that in so that you. Oh,
Okay, it's starting to record.
hello, everyone. Welcome to the Power Hour TV show. Today, I am the blessed one. Today, I am truly honored to be able to speak to my miracle man, Howard Brown. Howard is an inspiration to his family, his community. He's an inspiration to the Diamonds Beauties Forever. That's my amazing group on Facebook. He's an inspiration to the Tanzanite heroes, the male part of the community. But Howard have imprinted on my heart an amazing man, incredible human with the wisdom of a million people. And I'm truly honored to am able to ask him a few questions. So my beautiful Howard, how are you feeling at this moment? And then can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So first of all, this is part of my morning mantra, but I'm going to say it for you, is that I feel blessed, I feel grateful, and I feel lucky that you are in my life. And I'm so happy to be here. I am Howard Brown. I am Mr. Shining Brightly. I am a Silicon Valley entrepreneur. I am now a 3-time cancer patient and survivor. We're going to talk about that, I'm sure. And I wrote a book called Shining Brightly during the pandemic. And that is my memoir to learn how to live a resilient life with hope, because we all get knocked down in life, in business, and in health. We need to get back up again, lift up ourselves, and then lift up each other. And we do that by choosing kindness, choosing gratitude, choosing hope, choosing giving, and not choosing hate. And that's the simple formula for leading a resilient life with hope.
That is so beautiful. So whilst I was very excited, you sent to me, Sanet, we can sit down today. First of all, I slept during the night because I'm still on jet lag, but I did sleep. But before that, I was putting on my bucket list, so you know that I wanted to come and see you. We were so amazingly grateful and blessed to be able to see each other last year in April. And the first time I saw you, I was like, I remembered I touched your face, I kissed you here, I kissed you on your forehead. I could not believe how incredible our journey was. And it was not even a year. But now it's 2 years. It's now 2 years.
Yeah.
And can you tell the viewers out there where is the first time we actually met?
Sure. So we met through a group, the Entrepreneur Network, through Robert Jones and Natalie McQueen and our dearest buddy. And we met online, and we were talking about The Art of Connection, a book that's the 7th publication. It's all about inspiration, transformation, abundance. And that book, there's a new one coming out next week, and we each had written a page in it. Well, the time that we were online on a Zoom, I opened and called you out because I was so inspired by the smile passage that you wrote. And there must have been 60 people on the Zoom. Now, that was our first introduction. And from there, you asked me for a coffee chat. And we had a beautiful coffee chat. At the end of the coffee chat, you stunned me because you said, what is my forever song? Okay, which is Journey and Don't Stop Believing. And you played it for me on Alexa. And you asked me to get out of my chair and dance. And that's where you became my dancing queen butterfly. I became your miracle man. Now, I tell you, that was all lovely. And you and I have now had 100 digital meetings. 100. 100. Okay. Here's the difference. I was coming back to speak at a pharmaceutical company in New Jersey, about an hour south of New York. I left that meeting early to take a train, a speed train, into New York City. We got 45 minutes in Times Square. Only 45 minutes before I had to take the train back. And I want to tell you, it was one of the most special 45 minutes I've ever had because we got to meet in person. The digital is fine, but meeting in person, and we couldn't stop hugging. We saw your book, okay, The Diamond Beauties, on a big screen. Crystal Rose, our Rosebud, was there. We couldn't stop hugging. The three of us held hands. Natalie McQueen, we couldn't stop hugging. And then you asked me to come up to the room and sign your journal, and you had some gifts for me you brought from South Africa. And while signing the journals, I left my special shiny brightly glasses, and it was meant to be. And you have them now in South Africa. And we have an extra pair for Sonet, our editor, and love. And those minutes, they went by so fast, but they were so deep and so meaningful that I can feel it today. I feel your hand. I feel your kiss. I feel your hug. And it was amazing. And I feel just, it was just so different because we've met, we know each other, we love each other, but just that 45 minutes was deeply special, deeply special.
It was incredible. So with that, I written a quote for you. So will you allow me to read? Even in the in the storm darkest hour, your light, your incredible light, can shine and are shining out to the world. I am truly blessed that you said yes for this. I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'm going to read it from my teleprompter, but it's running too fast, so I will read from here. So are you ready for your first question?
Absolutely.
You are surviving cancer twice, and now you're facing it again. Where do you find the strength to keep fighting and staying hopefully despite all these unimaginable challenges?
I know that we all have our life's journey that is planned out by God. Unfortunately, at age 23, I had stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and they told me to get my affairs in order. I was young. I didn't know anything, a deer in the headlights, and everything they tried was not working. But I was blessed with a twin sister who gave me her bone marrow and saved my life. And I said after that, at age 25, that I've got to make use of my time. And I got 26 years in remission. I got married. I was a big brother. I did community service. I did stuff in Silicon Valley and made lots of money. But I also had my miracle girl, Emily, through frozen sperm 11 years later. So God was blessing me back. Then we moved to Michigan. And unfortunately, at age 50, after a colonoscopy, go get screened for all your medical stuff, I got diagnosed with stage 3 and metastatic stage 4 colon cancer. Once again, they told me that my lifespan was shortening and I better get my affairs in order. But now I was married. I had a daughter. I said to myself, and I was very focused with mental toughness, I have to live to walk my daughter down the aisle. And that was my focus. It's still my focus today. Now, in November, I've been through a lot, and I'll give this as a car analogy. My car has, 500,000 miles on it. My engine seized up. My old cancer from 34 and a half years ago came back with a vengeance. It turned into acute myeloid leukemia. And again, my life stopped. I was faced now with life or death, again for the third time. Now, when I wrote my book, Shining Brightly, I lived that. Everything about that book is lived experience, about teaching you to take my stories, to take your own stories, and live a resilient life. Not a perfect life, your life. But listen to my stories of how I handled situations. I walk in darkness, not too long. So I allowed myself to walk in darkness for a time about this recent diagnosis. I am not happy about it. I'm angry about it. I'm upset. I cried. I went through a lot of emotion. I talked to others about it. But now that episode of darkness is done. Now it's about calling the groups, others out there, to send me their prayers, their hugs, their love energy. And for me to be able to take that and be focused on one thing, getting through and climbing Cancer Mountain number 3. I have more to do in this lifetime, including walking my daughter down the aisle. And I cleared off my plate, shut down my podcast. I'm doing less social media. And I am about to receive a 19-year-old overseas young male's bone marrow that will save my life and allow me to do God's work and recover. And as my daughter says, I'll quote, time to get busy living.
Beautiful. 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 Thank you, my beautiful Howard. I remember the day that you have told us on the Soul of a Diamond. So our beautiful program, Soul Diamond Author's Journey, Howard, and I call Howard my miracle man, and Krista Rose is our rosebud, and Laura Ballard is our life force. When I remember clearly when the day that you told us we could not stop crying, all 3 girls, and you were trying to be our strength. You trying to cheer us up.
Yep.
I know there's a lot of people out there that have a friend or somebody that is going through this, and they actually don't know how to react when that friend or loved one tells them about this news. You are going through this. What would you wanted to hear, so that maybe in a way we can prepare the viewers out there to say the right thing? Because immediately after you told, I just started to pray, but I didn't know what to respond except for crying. So what have made you, what do you wanted to hear from maybe people if they don't know what to say?
Well, I'm going to first start with what not to say. The first thing that anyone going through a malaise and illness, alcoholic recovery, anything bad, the darkness, is you got this. What does that mean? You got this. Yeah, I know I got cancer. I know I'm fighting for my life. It's every cancer patient. We don't want to hear you got this. We want to hear that I feel for you. I love you. How can I help you? And when they ask for help, I need to have an answer. Okay? And my answer was prayer, hugs, go donate blood, call to action, go swab, contribute to my GoFundMe to help me with medical bills. Go hug your family, because you never know when something like this can happen. Okay? And also to go be kind to yourself and be kind to others. When I feel bad, I do an act of kindness. And guess what? My dancing queen, I feel better. And to keep shining brightly as best as you can. It's a daily discipline, okay? It's not something that you get to take off. But when you approach someone, show your love. May I give you a hug? Can I help your family and your caregivers out who are working so hard? That's all we need. It's simple. But don't tell me I got this, because only God knows if I got this or not.
Wow. So I went today for my hair.
It looks beautiful, my dancing queen butterfly.
Thank you. So I didn't do my hair for 5 months. And I actually felt old. I must just tell you, I just felt old. I will be 60 this year, but I felt old because there was a lot of gray hair. Yes, and I'm wearing the hat, but don't wear a hat when I'm in the bathroom. And I really wanted to pep myself up. And then you let me know yesterday that we can see each other today. After you let me know, it was quite late. I messaged my hairdresser. I think it was 8:30. I messaged her last night, PM. I said, Natasha, I am going to see my miracle man for an interview tomorrow. Please, can I come? I know you're busy, but can you squeeze me in? She squeezed me in, and she asked me, do you want the blow dry? I said, no, curls for my miracle man. But my miracle man, when I'm in the hairdresser, the ladies all come and look at my nails.
Oh, I love the nails.
And the toenails. And all of them says, what? Because it's not, they don't see this. They don't see this. Why are you doing this? That's so funky. Maybe, and it sparked an idea of, especially youngsters, maybe they all can do something like this. But most of them said, but we don't have the guts to color our nails in all the colors. I said, well, this latest one, she only wanted to give me 5 colors because she said it's going to cost too much. But my first time I did it, got 10 colors.
I remember.
And I liked the 10 colors. And, but how do you got the guts to do this? How did you? Because I said, first of all, I love myself unconditionally. And I'm so grateful for what God have given me in my life and give me a second chance as well. And I'm on a mission. I'm on God's mission. I don't have the time to think what other people think about me. I don't. If people like me, they like me. If they don't like me, they don't like me. I will be as beautiful as I am with the most biggest heart people will see. So first of all, don't stop worrying about what people think about you. I tell all those youngsters, because you know what you're good at. And you just continue what you're doing. Now you worry too much about other people, then you put yourself in a box and then you cannot get out of that box. Okay, so I could see I know I have helped quite a few ladies this day. And secondly, I have done this for a purpose. I've done this for my miracle man in America. And I said, you are going through cancer now. And I wanted to show you that I pray for you. I know it sounds, but that's what I told them. I want to showcase you, I pray for you. Because every time I notice my nails and all my toenails, I ask God to please protect and make you healthy. I had two youngsters that started to cry today. I said, I never thought about doing something like that. How incredible. So my beautiful Howard, how did you feel what I told you? what I've done? And you are constantly in my mind, constantly on my praise.
So first of all, it's going to be a long time before I get any curls for the girls. So my hair will grow back. So I don't worry about that as well. That is something that you chose to do, your act of kindness, dedication, and thinking of me and prayer. That's something that anyone can do. You've just taken it to the next level because you are extraordinary. And I am so deeply amazed and happy because every prayer counts and your prayers matter. And you look down at your nails and your toes and you think of me and pray for me. I can just say that my heart is pumping with love. And that is how I heal. And so it's dedication. It's something that no one else has ever done. And it just shows your love for me. And my love is back to you. But that is true love by doing something like that. Not everybody does that. I don't know many that do what you do. And so it's very special. And it keeps me going. And it gets me through the darkness. Because I think of those nails and I know I'm going to make it. I'm going to live. And there's so much more that we can do.
Wow. I'm going to ask you in a minute a question for the viewers out there. What advice can you give to somebody that is going through something dark, especially cancer? But before we do that, you have imprinted on my heart. The first time that you said, "Oh, Sanet, you're on the line." Just this morning, it was the 3rd of September. It was that day I read your smile to smile. If you think about a smile, what does that mean for you?
So most people walk around in life with their head down. They're watching where they're going, okay? And they're not looking up. When I read your passage and I thought deeply and reflected about it, I know that smile, okay, it breaks down barriers. It's to show an act of kindness and love. And I say hi and smile to my nurses, my doctors on the basketball court. I learned that from you. I take that everywhere I go, and I'll put on my blues too. I take that everywhere I go because it takes actually more muscles to frown and be angry than it does to smile. We learned that from our famous Renee Eiserman. But it's such a simple thing to do. And you taught me that, and I do that all the time since we've met.
Wow. Thank you. Yes, I'm so excited. Beautiful Renee is going to be our cover lady for the Diamond Beauty magazine for February 2025. Me and Sunay worked 4 hours yesterday on the cover, and there was a few changes we had to make, but almost spending 2.5 hours just on the cover to make it as amazing as we can. So we cannot wait for the reveal for Monday. Very excited. So my beautiful Howard, you've teach us now that it's good to ask, how can I help you? And if there's something I can do. And that the person that is going through this is know what to say they want and what I want people to do for them. So what advice can you give to somebody that is going through this?
First of all, I was the cover boy for May, okay, last May. Oh my God, it was amazing. I got a 12-page spread and a podcast and illuminated author. Oh my God, for those of you out there, please come on the show. It reaches so many. Talk about your book. We'll dive deep into it, as well as the magazine is incredible. It's more than 150 pages of digital clicking, and every story is incredible. You take so much time and care, and that was a very special moment to get on a cover of a digital magazine that circled the world and got opened in a zillion countries and got me sell books and got me podcasts and paid speakers and people for my show. I am so grateful for this magazine. It is just, you are a voice amplifier, you are a people amplifier, and it's extraordinary. So now let me answer the question of those that actually get that you have cancer. First of all, 30 million people, okay, at least in the US, by 2030 will be living with cancer. Now, to some degrees, it might be just simple, and others it might be way more severe. But people are living longer. So it's not a death sentence automatically, first of all. I want to say that. What people tend to do, especially men, okay, and I have a special men's group, shout out to Man Up to Cancer on Facebook, they tend to isolate. They tend to isolate. People bury themselves in that darkness, and they don't leave the darkness. That is the worst advice. That's the worst thing you can do. Maybe even worse than Dr. Google, which tells you bad things and inaccurate things. What you need to do is you need to form your team. You need caregivers. You need people that surround yourself with love energy, that potentially the school and the soccer team sent us meals and carpools and, asking for favors. You need that team in place. And I say this in my book, and I say this in my speeches. Life, business, and especially health is a team sport. You don't go at it alone. And the last thing I'll offer, because I have on my website, theshiningbrightly.com, a survivorship guide. Okay? It's a list of, I think, 18 things to do to survive cancer and life. And I leave 2 spaces blank for you to fill in, because you need to fill in your own ideas. And one of the key ones is to find a happy place, because you have a lot of complexity. You have all these new terms. You need to also become a very smart patient. Do your homework. Have people who record your doctor. Bring someone on FaceTime. But find that happy place, the place that you get away from cancer. Get away from that darkness. Mine's the basketball court, which you know. But others are meditation and cooking and cleaning and hiking and the beach. You find that place and you go to that stress-free zone. And then go be kind to someone else and take your mind off yourself. That's the 4 things. But there's 18 on there. And download the survivorship guide off of shiningbrightly.com.
Wow. Thank you, my beautiful Howard. So are you ready for me to play one of your basketball videos?
I'm wearing my Boston Celtics today, my favorite team. Go Boston, let's go Celtics. They won the championship in the United States last year, world champions. I love it. Basketball, let's see it. Yeah.
Okay, just give me 1 second because I have pom-poms from Nebraska. Let me just get it out quickly.
You always have the best swag to, paparazzi stick. Oh, you've got it cheerleading.
Okay, just do what you just did now so that I can do this. Just
Let's
say what
go
you
Celtics. Let's go Celtics. So much fun. Oh my God.
Oh well, I didn't know I'm going to use my pom-poms.
That was amazing. Yeah, the other I always shout out to Babson College basketball team as well, and it's amazing. So those are my 2 favorites, but I love it. It's my happy place, and that's what I do.
Yeah, I'm going to play the video. Here we go.
Yeah, please do.
Shout out Coach Smokey Murazy, Framingham South High School. $1 million move and shot. Here we go. That's how we do it, right, Coach Smokey?
Oh my God, that Coach Smokey Murazy, my high school basketball coach, Sanet, where you got that off of Facebook or something. So he taught me, life and basketball, and I got to tell you, that was during chemotherapy of colon cancer. That was amazing. I was on the basketball court. That was where I was healing.
Wow. So, and do you want to do a shout out to the coach? And then I can play my pom
Yeah,
poms?
yeah, yeah, yes. Coach Smokey Morazy, you taught me basketball, but you taught me lessons in life that helped me heal. And just, man, really, really appreciate you. Hall of Fame coach, Smokey Morazy, Framingham,
Wow.
Massachusetts, Framingham South High School. Thank you.
Wow, amazing. So, yes to you, my beautiful coach.
Woo-hoo!
Well, oh, thank you for that, my beautiful Howard. If there's one special treat that you love to treat yourself with, what will be that? What will be that special treat that you love just to treat yourself with?
So they're talking about like a food or like an experience?
You can ask me for a food, for example, because I want to share my special food celebration, and then you can answer yours.
Okay, let's do that. My dancing queen butterfly, what is your special food celebration?
Ice cream. So myself, um, 6th of April 2019, I decided I want to live and I don't want to die. I changed my life totally. I let go of 165 kilograms. But my beautiful miracle man, I love ice cream. Ice cream was my celebration with the children. For everything they did, we did ice cream. So when we were in New Zealand, I had a lot of ice cream. So I am 1 week back in South Africa, and I'm strictly on my plan so that I can take down the 3 kilograms I picked up. So, well, I don't know how many pounds is that, but I had too many ice creams. But there were celebrations with the grandchildren, so that's my special celebrational, and I don't have ice cream that often, actually, so little, but that's my celebration. What is your food celebration, your most favorite food to eat?
So, by the way, you're not alone. Ice cream is a $90 billion business. And so you and many others love ice cream. So I love sweets too, as well. So I will tell you that I love pie. Okay. I love apple pie, cherry pie, pecan pie. I love pie. And I got to tell you that I am actually gaining calories, and everyone comes over to visit, and I don't have many visitors, but they drop by, sweets and a pie, and sweets and cookies, or sweets and things. So I am getting pastries and cookies and everything, but my favorite is pie. I love pie. Pie is my go-to celebration food. I love it, and that's what I love, and that's my go-to food.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. My beautiful Howard, do you, when you think about your book, and I wanted to put your book here, and I actually I will quickly go and collect it. But can you tell us, how did you decide to write your book, first of all? And
Yeah.
then while you talk, I will put you alone on the screen,
Just
and
wait
then
a
I will.
second. Mom, go get my book off the fireplace. My mom and dad just flew in from Boston. My daughter
Oh,
Emily was flying in tomorrow. She'll bring me the book. You don't have to leave, and then I'll talk about it.
okay,
So she'll come and she's coming. She does move so fast.
perfect.
Um, anyhow, so I didn't expect to be an author. It wasn't on my bucket list. I'm not a big reader except for business and leadership books and sports. And a friend of mine, a dear friend, David Crum, who is an editor and publisher, I was introduced to him, and he was basically met him out for breakfast, and he was saying goodbye to me. I had stage 4 metastatic colon cancer, and he said he wanted to meet me just because he wanted to in person say goodbye, because he had no idea if I was going to live or die. So a coffee and a bagel lasted 2 hours. And on a napkin, this is Silicon Valley style, he wrote down 10 chapters. He goes, let's get a quick book out as a legacy to and for your daughter and for your family. And I said, I don't think so. I don't think I can do it. I'm not a writer. Writing is not, I'm a speaker. And he said, go home and tell your wife and daughter what I said and call me tomorrow. So I did. I came home and Lisa and Emily laughed at me. They go, Dad, you're Mr. Typo. You're Mr. Bullet Point. No, you can't do this. So I called David back because I had an out of the box moment. And I called him back and I said, David, I will not write a book with you. But if you allow me to interview the most important, influential people in my life, I will do a Zoom book with you during the pandemic. And he didn't say anything. And he said, we've never done that. And he said, I have to check with my team. And he called me back a day later and he said, we have to be dedicated. It's going to take a year. We're going to meet every Wednesday, and we still meet every Wednesday we were meeting for 2 hours. Now we meet every Wednesday to check in. That's our check-in day, every Wednesday. And it ended up taking 3 years. Alan, I need the Shining Brightly book on the fireplace counter, please, where this is live, television here. And I ended up taking 3 years. And I got, here it is.
Thank you.
So here's Shining Brightly. It's kind of coming in and out. So that cover is my energy and light and love to shine brightly for others through a dove for peace, love, and hope illuminated around the world. And this is my life up until the end of colon cancer. It does not include acute myeloid leukemia because that just happened. And I became a published author on December 27, 2023. Now, I know that books don't sell themselves. And I needed to go and kick into gear. And I ran up to Toronto and I spoke on stage and I decided to pivot my entire life, okay, and become a best-selling author, a international award-winning speaker, and a top 1% podcaster to change the world, to allow it to shine brightly. I'll do that with you together. And that's my mission. And that's how I am actually lifting up myself and lifting up others. And it's a beautiful thing. I'm so proud to have done it. But it's not easy, as you know. And I've now done and been a best-selling author and as a collaborative author in 5 books. The 6th one, I just did one called 52 Secrets for Goal Setting and Goal Getting with Deborah Eckley. And the Art of Connection, Shining Brightly with Abundance, is coming out next Tuesday. And I want to get back to it. I desperately want to get back to it. But for now, I've stopped because of my 100% focus is on my health and living. It's very easy to put things on your plate and put too many things on your plate. You know that. You put too many things on your plate. I have cleared my plate and I'm 100% focused going into this stem cell transplant to live. I love it.
For you, my beautiful Howard. And you will also be, let me just get this, chapter number 1 for the new Soul of a Diamond. You will be chapter number 1.
Thank you with that honor. That's an honor. Thank you.
Yes, you will be chapter number 1. And there is, just you will be chapter number 1. There is no, it's like that.
Yep. Yes.
What? If people read your book, how would you like them to feel after reading your book?
So my book is divided up into 18 chapters. 18 in Hebrew means life. So there's 360 pages, which is a lot of life. These numerology mean things. It was done intentionally, authentically. So in the family chapter, where I talk about whose grandmother's brisket recipe is better, we smile, we laugh, we fight. We used to go to New York, the Catskill Mountains with our grandparents. My parents' happy place is Algonquin Beach, Maine. And so in the family chapter, you can relate to my family and decide about your family, about healing your family, enjoying your family, hugging your family. I have a basketball chapter that's really only a little bit about basketball. It's really about teamwork and communications and interfaith, because I play with people that are Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Hindu. I don't care. Okay, we shoot baskets. We don't shoot each other. And I have a chapter about Babson College that changed the whole trajectory of my life, about being a entrepreneur. I have a chapter about interfaith relations, about the foods, the cultures, and allowing the others and understanding the others and not choosing hate. And the book just bounces around. Now, there are 3 cancer chapters. They are tough. They are difficult. They explain the journey, okay, from diagnosis to healing and cure. And there's also my miracle daughter has a chapter. And I have a mentorship chapter where I say to people that mentorship is the lost art of leadership, where we can mentor others and allow us to be mentored. We have blind spots. That's part of your team, is to get a mentor, or to be a mentor. And so there's so many golden nuggets in the book. You can read a chapter and put it down. It was done with such care and authenticity and intentionality that people call me, and I still get messages all the time about people that have the book. And the number one request is an audiobook. So that is on the bucket list. When I get out and get healed, I will actually read my book and do an audio book. That's the one thing, the number one question. Why isn't it on audio? And I just hadn't gotten to that yet, so I will. And so I'm very proud of that accomplishment, because it was done with such love, care, and intentionality. So I hope people will enjoy it and get it. And I will get the audiobook done as soon as I am healthy.
Wow. You know, my beautiful Howard, I was so honored when you gave me a signed copy. And then you were also on Soul Diamond Author's Journey. And in December, on Christmas Day, I had your show rerun exactly on that December the 25th.
Right.
And I don't know if there's any feedback with that, because we will have to wait a little bit longer. But the first time, there was so many feedback from how you have shared your journey, but you have impact on so many people's lives. So I just wanted to say thank you for thinking of another way of doing your book. Is there any advice that you can give to a person that, I don't want to say an author, but any person that think they want to do something in book related, but never thought they can also never write? Is there some inspiration to that person, and then also to a person that have done a book? But there's a lot of, I have spoken the last 4 months to 7 people that was, and I'm looking for the right English, because I know the right Afrikaans word, but was done in by the publishers. So a lot of people don't know which publisher to go to and what to do with, what to do. And it seems like this big amount, and then when the book sales is coming, there's not really book sales that's coming out after that. So what can you give to a person that wants to start, and then a person that went through something, but maybe there's another story in this person that he must just re-look at, but yeah, give us wisdom, please.
So first of all, you get to know and contact me or you, the voice amplifier. You use your voice. Tell your stories. You don't know the impact and inspiration that you will have. Now, there's a lot of different routes. I will take the big publishers in New York or in the major cities off the table. you don't, they don't know you. You're not, you don't even want to go there. There are other hybrid authors that will actually do and help you ghostwrite your book, and get it done. Now that costs a little bit more money. And there's the self-publish route. Now, it's easier than ever to self-publish. I recommend actually having someone that knows what they're doing to get a Kindle and to get a book published, like someone like Natalie McQueen, okay, or a publisher like David Crum. Now, but you can do it easier than ever. So what you need to do is collect your ideas. How you collect your ideas is up to you. Do you want to write them down? Do you want to record yourself on Zoom or on your phone and organize your ideas? Okay? The worst thing to do is to actually just not do anything. Okay? So what do you want to talk about? Where do you think that you have a message, a lesson, okay, or a teachable moment where you can actually impact others? It's as simple as that. But you got to get started. So that's for someone that hasn't done it. Now, for the folks that have done it, don't let your book collect dust. You call the voice amplifier and you come on the soul author's journey and you publicize your book. You go on a magazine cover. You go on podcasts. You get into networking groups. Okay, here in the U.S., Speakers Playhouse, Joint Venture Network Directory, Speaker Connection. You meet other speakers and they invite you onto their podcast and you write collaboratively. All right. A one page in The Art of Connection should only take you a half hour. Okay. And then you edit it and then you submit. Now it might have a small fee. Some of these books have large fees. I would stay away from those. But writers need to write, but writers need to speak about what they write about to gain awareness. Those are my golden nuggets for that.
Oh, thank you. And also, Howard, they can look us up, and then when they look me up, I've got two communities for the women, the Diamond Beauties Forever, and for the men, the Tanzanite Heroes. And I'm telling people, if you are willing to put yourself there, stick with me. I'm taking you places. I have one person that actually, after she met me and had a dance with me, she had 58 interviews on podcasts and other TV show hosts on E360. And I have also introduced it to my network. You are also part of my smaller network to say I had an amazing guest. If you want me to introduce, or if it's, if you know the person, but I have a network. So I'm sending people your way and I'm telling people to interview. So my beautiful ones, connect with me. If you stick with me, you are going to go places. So my beautiful Howard, this will be part one of our session together. What will be a big life lesson that you would love to leave?
Sure.
For the
So
viewers?
first of all, I've met you and I've been on over 150 podcasts. I did my own podcast, 112, and hundreds of thousands of listens and downloads that are affecting people's lives. So I will leave this with that what I said before, we all get knocked down in life and in health and business, and we need to learn from it, get back up for ourselves. So that's firstly, getting back up for yourself. You can't go help others if you can't actually do it for yourself. So you need to do that. That's one of my truths. The second is that the word kindness, kind to yourself, be kind to others. And I have called out to the universe, and the universe has spoken back to me with love energy, with prayer. Okay, only God knows how my stem cell transplant will turn out. But I can tell you, 18, life. I have more to do. I have more people to touch. I have more people to touch me. And we will do that. And we will walk together. And I'm going to put it out there. I will come to South Africa. And we will spend time. We will hug. I will meet your husband. We will walk on the beach. You will show me around. We will eat great foods. Maybe you'll have ice cream. I'll have pie. But I still have things to do, including walk my daughter down the aisle. And so I will get through a very difficult time, a third cancer, because my mind, my body, and the love energy in my soul, I believe that. And so many people believe that that's where we're going to go. And so I don't want people to lose the best four letters ever. HOPE is the fuel that keeps me, and it'll keep you going.
Wow. I love I love a lot of four-letter words like love, but hope is one of them. Beautiful. So my beautiful viewers, what an incredible, incredible time. I spent almost an hour with Howard. There will be a part 2 as well. And I want to ask you, how do you feel after this incredible story of this incredible man that have imprinted on so many people's hearts? How do you feel? Because sometimes people hear, but they never take it to heart. But as soon as you take it to heart, you can analyze and feel how it makes you feel, because we truly are humans, and we are feeling, we do the feeling, we are feeling, it's part of us. Emotion is part of us. So thank you so much, my beautiful Howard. I love you so much. You're in my thoughts and my praise every minute almost after that. And I do see my hands so often and my toes as well. I have a beautiful dress on. Quickly want to show you. I don't know if I will be able to show you, but
we see a little bit.
Here's the dress. And there's the toes.
Love it. I love it.
Okay, let me just come back. I'm so sorry, my viewers. There you are.
So, Sanet, I want to tell you that spending this time with you, 2 weeks before, entering a very critical and important time to save my life, has been a joy. And one of the things that I have added into my daily mantra was to choose to be joyful. This brought me so much joy. It's very special. And I want to thank you for that. And I love you with all my heart.
I love you with all my heart. Thank you, my beautiful Howard.
Keep shining brightly always.
Thank you. My beautiful viewers, please look after yourself.